it is designed for people with learning disabilities. However, students say the drugs boost their cognitive function. That is actually proven by research. It enables them to study and be focused for multiple hours with a lot of concentration without getting fatigued. It is one of the largest abuses of a drug that was designed for people with a learning disability that people are using in the mainstream. Read a story about a student who says, well, I don't need all of my Adderall, so I usually kind of keep like 2 or 3 per day that I then give it to my friends or sell to my friends. This is really very common on campuses. Cognitive medication can also be used for brain fitness. Imagine the mental image of just as I might go to the gym to bulk up my muscles, research has shown I can now go to a brain gym to bulk up my brain. I can do exercises that rewire my brain and expands my cognitive reserve. With an aging population and the baby boomers getting ready to hit a peak, a whole commercial industry has become built around brain fitness. For instance, in San Francisco, there's a place called Vibrant Brains. It has over 200 patrons who pay $60 a month to work out on 20 computer stations loaded with mental fitness software, including an aerobics circuit. So we've gone from an aerobics circuit to an aerobics circuit. This purports to stretch our brain, and research is starting to show this. One of the people who goes to this gym, who signed up, she now goes 3 times a week, and she credits the software programming with the visual processing program she uses for helping her find her car keys faster and sharpen up her tennis skills. She's 63 years old. Canyon Ranch in Tucson, Arizona, one of the most famous spas you can go to, has a new series called Memory and More. Programs at Lenox, Massachusetts Resort includes classes in brain nutrition, genetic workups, and cognitive training. Has anybody ever played Nintendo Brain Age? It's great, right? Yesterday, a 20-year-old told me how she played it yesterday and she scored the ripe old age of 47. Given that I'm turning 47, it seems my life is over. Because she thought that was a terrible, terrible thing. I bet if I played it this morning, I might have an age of about 70 at this point. But it basically is a game where it creates, you have to make a lot of kind of mental connections quickly, and it's actually reactions to with your thumbs. And it basically tells you how old you are, how old your brain is, how old you're thinking, really, is what it is. And this is a popular game to be played through Nintendo. You see kids on the little thing? No, adults are on it. Seriously, it was a Christmas gift I gave to 2 of my friends who are over 60 and were having some memory problems. And I thought, well, why not? It'll be fun. And they love it. Like the next day after Christmas, they were up playing with it. So it's a fun game, but it's really this new focus on cognitive fitness. Has anyone ever heard of Brain Spark cognitive training? Were you watching PBS the other day by chance? Exactly. Are you the West Coast guy too? Exactly. I'm watching the same time. And so it was advertised. I mean, seriously, it was a major advertisement. I was like, this is PBS, it's their fundraising time. And it was a way to increase your child's brain fitness, is what it said. And this was the advertisement. It is a family of online learning programs for ages 5 and up that's designed to boost your child's memory, attention, and reading skills with a series of entertaining, game-like exercises. Individualized exercises adapt to a child's needs. The advertisement talks about how this can keep your child's learning experience challenging, not frustrating. It also builds in rewards, gift cards, Amazon.com, or just for the 5-year-old who would like to start giving money to a cause of his or hers caring. You can also donate your gift card to a cause that you are very concerned about. So all of this seems a little kind of far out, and that's what we're talking about 2020. But in Utah, you might notice, many of you who work in the testing industry, they have dropped their Iowa test of basic skills and their Utah basic skills competency test, their criterions reference state test. They got a little bit in trouble from No Child Left Behind, to instead give computerized adaptive tests to students several times a year. They took the risk. They said, I am not going to do this end of the year criterion reference scoring, where I don't get my results back until the fall semester, and instead I'm going to test my kids 3 times a year with adaptive tests, so my teachers have the results right away and we can alter our instructional style immediately. So this is one way that it's starting to influence education. Digital media is also another way for us to alter or rewire our brain. It can be passive. For instance, there was an article last year that said, is Google making us stupid? But then there's also a lot of research that will show you that the use of digital tools are rewiring our brains, and also we can accelerate developing new skills and growing our talents, such as playing the guitar or learning a language, by using these digital media tools. Now, on the other extreme, we have biodistress. And this is about environmental health and how this is going to really impact our body. In our 2006 map, we talked a little bit about urban wilderness, a blighted community, where essentially folks are exposed to climate change, pollution, extreme urbanization, possibly war, and other natural and human-made disasters, and questioning how this is going to rewire our brains because of this bio-distress. Now we know, commonsensically and from doctors, but of course there's a website on this called Brain Rules, that basically stress does not help our brains. It's a pretty common fact. We don't learn the same way when we're stressed. The brain's built to deal with stress that only lasts 30 seconds. The brain's not designed for long-term stress when you feel like you have no control. And stress damages virtually every kind of cognition that exists. It damages memory and executive function. It can even hurt your motor skills. I have a very sad example of that. Look at poor Sonia Mata, or who's our new Supreme Court nomination? I'm a little tired. There's my motors, better with my skills. She broke her ankle the other day because she tripped at an airport. Can I just tell you, I live in fear of that? Because she's tired and stressed, probably, right? You trip. I've been with Bernice, she's tripped. I've caught her, she's been with me, I trip. First thing that goes, our motor skills. Second thing that goes, my memory, clearly, because I could not remember her name. So when we're tired and when we're under stress, we clearly know it affects our brain. So what this picture is actually an example in Chicago called Ceasefire, and it's trying to deal with some of the urban stress that exists when youth are exposed to violence. So it's basically this evidence-based public health approach to reducing shootings and killings, and they're treating it like this is an infectious disease. So it calls for strengthening the community so they have the capacity to exercise some social control and to mobilize forces. They work with businesses, faith leaders, residents, and others, so they all work in concert to reverse the epidemic of violence, and that has been with us too long. One of the favorite places I go to in LA, it's like in Watts or South Central LA, is this school called Jefferson High School, and it's a large campus broken into small schools, and one of the new tech schools are there. And when I go there and take tours there, the principal's always talking about the environment, how we have to make sure the kids get out before it's dark so they get home and they don't cross any gang lines, they don't get robbed, and how bad crime has happened since the economy and how much worse it's getting. There used to be riots at the school, that kind of stuff. And you think about it, when someone's under that much stress, how can they learn? And how can the school serve as a refuge with that?